Hey there, I'm David.
And I'm Eddie.
And we're Full-Time Gays. And we're coming to you this week from River Ridge Campground in Mount Olivet, Kentucky.
Wait, did you say Mount Olivet?
I sort of did, didn't I?
Well, that seems like inappropriate content for you too.
Welcome to River Ridge!
Hey everybody, welcome to River Ridge Campground in Mount Olivet, Kentucky, which is just south of the Kentucky-Ohio border. Maybe like an hour south of Cincinnati, would you say?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, in kind of the, I guess, the lower hills of Appalachia. Is that how you say it?
Sure, why not?
Absolutely gorgeous. And so we wanted to talk for about 10 minutes or so about what our experience has been like here. As a reminder, or if this is the first time that you've watched our videos, we're looking at things like big rig friendliness. We're looking at
the facilities of the campground.
Yeah, the grounds, the facilities.
We're also looking at the vibe, how well it is, or how nice it is to mix in with the folks that are here.
Spoiler alert, really easy.
Yeah.
And then the internet, because we are full-time RVers and we work remotely, and so internet is really, really important to us. So let's start with
big rig friendliness.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so getting in here, when you call, they actually tell you that the last road to get in here, which is only a little more than a mile, it's only a lane and a half. However, that would be an accurate statement if those cars were smart cars. It's one lane. But it's paved, it's well maintained, a little on the curvy side. What's scary about that is as you're coming in, you don't know if there's someone gonna crest that hill that you're coming up to at warp speed, and there's no place to pull off really anywhere. All the trees are nice and maintained, so there's no trees scrubbing on top of our trailer or truck. Once you get here, it is a gravel driveway.
Rocks, they're big rocks.
Very large rocks.
Yeah.
And the problem with that, though, is you don't really get great traction on them. We did a little slipping here and a little there, but it wasn't awful. As soon as you pass through the gate, you come up this hill and around this great big curve, which is terrifying, but
the camper leans a little bit,
just a tad. But yeah, did I forget anything?
No, I'll just add a little bit of my perspective too. Looks like from the air that it would be super big rig friendly. This is probably the only area where I am not super thrilled, right? It's very closed, and inside the campground the roads are kind of narrow for the turns. Doable, totally doable. If it wasn't big rig friendly at all, we wouldn't be here. True. Right? But it was a little bit tough. We had to hitch and unhitch, I think 3 times, just to get the trailer level enough to where the auto level would level. And that's just because the campground's on kind of a slope toward a river, and the river is not part of big rig friendliness. Yeah. So what would you give it on a 1 to 10 scale?
You know, it's not unmanageable, but you will elevate yourself a little bit on that pucker factor on that last road getting in here. But I think everything else was pretty manageable, so I'll give it a 6.
Okay, I'm not going to go that high. Just because we can get in doesn't make it mid-grade. Like 1 means you can't. I would give it more like the 3 or 4. Only because of the hills, that curve was scary. Like they had cones up to make sure you stay on the outside. Definitely doable. I wouldn't not come here because of it. Just be prepared that there's going to be a little bit of anxiety coming in with the big rig.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so what did I give it?
I don't think you gave it a score yet.
4.
4. So I gave it a 6. We'll give it an average of 5.
Okay, 5 it is.
Perfect. Let's talk about the facilities next.
Awesome.
So the campground's pretty small. It's only 6.5 acres. So how much can they really do in 6.5 acres with
lot.
having, so many RV sites already here, right?
Yeah.
So they've done a lot of upgrades very recently. One of them, they put in an above ground pool, but they actually sunk it down into the ground.
It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid, yeah, exactly.
But it's brand new, like this year,
brand new. Also brand new is their rec center. They call it Rosie's. Nice big metal building where they have parties. Actually tonight, one of the owners is a pianist or an organist.
I think both.
They don't have any hot tub, right?
Sort of.
They have an alternative.
It's actually pretty cool.
It's really creative. So, if you've ever been down a country road and you see a cow pasture and they have these big round metal canisters, I guess.
Cattle trough? No, it's not a
cattle-
trough. It's a round thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if they put their food or water in there, whatever they use it for. Anyways, that's what they are. They can probably hold, I don't know, maybe 6, 8, maybe even 10 people. But they are heated and they do have a filtration system in them. So it's a hot tub just without bubbles.
Yeah, without the jets.
Yeah.
They're very popular. People are down there all the time.
Another thing that they have here, which is really neat, I don't think we've seen this at other gay campgrounds we've been to, but the Licking River. Funny.
In Mount Olivet.
In Mount Olivet. Is at the end of the property. And for a very small fee, they will actually take you and some kayaks either upriver, drop you in so you can come right back to the campground, or you launch from here and go downriver and call them when you get there and they'll come pick you up.
And the thing about the river, it rained last weekend. And so the river, it's not a creek like Sugar Creek. It's an actual river. And there was some rain, especially upriver from here. And they opened up the dam, I guess. And the river, the whole property kind of slopes down toward the river, like maybe 30 feet total from front to end. And then there's like another maybe 10 feet of bank. And the river was kind of at the bottom of that. There's a dock down there.
Is that why they call it River Ridge? There's a ridge on the
Really?
river?
Anyway, so the dam opened and that river went up like 10 feet in like a day. All of that extra that I was just mentioning was completely gone. They said it's gotten even higher, but because the campground is on the slope, it's not like the trailer sites are in danger because there's a lot of room for the water to come up.
Yep.
Dogs are fun. The cool thing about the river is like every night this week, it's been foggy. And we got some really cool little drone clips of like the mist coming up off the river in the morning, and it's really it's beautiful.
Yeah, really
Just
beautiful.
They got a little swing out there, a little
Which actually happens to be one of my favorite spots in the whole park. You just go down there, you sit right in front of the river on this hanging bench swing thing, and so peaceful. Just sit down there, relax, let your mind wander. Yeah, great.
Yeah. The rest of the place, there's beautifully kept sites. The sites are actually really spacious. Like there's a yard, which is so nice. Not every place has that. But they're all kind of parallel at a slight angle to the road, so it's at least a little bit easier to get into the site. Yeah. They've got cabins that are really nice.
Yeah, and a lot of the cabins are owned by guests who come here.
Yeah.
So they outfit them really nice.
Yeah, they're amazing. There's quite a few rentals. I know they're planning on doing more. They have an outside toilet and shower.
Like, I can get in a men's park, like an outside urinal, but it's the actual like toilet.
But there's walls and a door. It's actually not a horrible idea. It's kind of neat. Strange as that might sound.
Yeah.
But people use them all the time.
Yep.
And it's right next to Rosie's and the pool and the hot pods, I think they're called.
Yep.
What else about the grounds and facility? Oh, they have a store.
They do, yes. I almost forgot about that.
Yep.
So they carry all of your essentials that you need for your RVing or camping. You can get your
Or
snacks or drinks.
Or fun.
There's a rather large section of the store that sells, let's call it a toy department for adults.
Things we can't put on YouTube for 100, please, Alex.
Also, the guys that run the store, they actually make their own oils and soaps right there, and they sell them right in store as well.
And there's a campground drag queen.
Yes.
Fabulous name, too. You remember what it is? Helena Handbasket.
That's it.
Anthony is Helena Handbasket.
It was coming to me.
Super nice guy. I hate that we didn't get to see a show. There was supposed to be an event this weekend, actually, but they canceled it due to COVID.
They put together this weekend something different. It was like margaritas and music or something.
The concert, yeah.
Yeah. So they did put something back together for us to enjoy.
Anything else on the grounds and facility? I mean, there's so much more. I mean, everything, the sites are obviously taken care of. There's beautiful decks. They've got a few of those metal RV covers in a couple of the sites. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous here. I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
What would you give it? Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 9. I would give it a 10, but there's always going to be room for improvement somewhere, right? So, yeah, I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah, it's 6.5 acres, but they've got like 40 sites, or 35 or 40 sites.
With space.
With space. And it's just beautiful, just gorgeous here. I'm going to agree. I'm going to give it a 9. They could maybe put like an in-ground pool at some point. Maybe that's on their plans. But yeah, what they have here and on as much or as little land as they have, it's pretty darn epic.
All right. So average of 9, so we're 5 and 9 at this point.
All right, 5 and 9. 9 for facilities and grounds.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk to us about the vibe.
The vibe. Well, why don't you take this one? I've already taken the other 2.
Well, we both have been taking it. So.
Okay. So the vibe. Hands down, probably one of the most friendly group of people that we've had the joy of camping with.
Oh my God, yeah.
From
So
the
nice.
moment we entered the gate, just helping us guide us to our site, getting us checked in,
And not getting in our way.
and not getting in our way.
People ask if you need anything whenever they go to the store. Easy to talk to anybody. I mean,
We've been invited
Anybody.
to go out to dinner one night.
Yeah.
With the camp host, who are fabulous.
love David and Welton. They are
Absolutely.
such sweethearts. And I think they like us.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. No, but as far as the vibe goes, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're sitting outside and just relaxing. Someone's going to walk up to you, say hello, strike up a conversation. If you walk past a deck where there's a gathering, people are going to say, hey, come on up and join us. It's easy to get in conversation with anybody here. Just a super, super friendly crowd.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Fires at night, especially now that the cold fronts come through.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like 41 again tonight. So yeah, brr. But in the day, it was like 68. And it was a hot 68.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, can't speak highly enough of the vibe. People are super welcoming. They're super nice. People get along. I'm sure there's drama that happens. Any place has drama. But it's not evident if there is. And this is the most integrated I ever felt at a campground so quickly ever.
Yeah.
And that includes a lot of other campgrounds that we love for the same reason. This place takes the cake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Yeah, even though I just mentioned there's always room for improvement, I don't think there is room for improvement with this.
It's
a
our first 10.
Yeah.
That's our first 10 on any category for any campground.
Yep.
Yep.
Solid 10.
And this is the 4th one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have one more thing to talk about.
And that would be the internet. So as we mentioned in previous videos, we work full-time remotely, so we rely heavily on a good internet signal. We typically have a Verizon hotspot that we use, and it's a great grandfathered unlimited plan.
Yeah, you
so-
can't get it now.
Yeah.
But there's no cap, like none. It
No
doesn't-
throttling either.
They'll deprioritize you if it's like super busy, but I've never really noticed it be an issue. I mean,
Yeah.
it's truly unlimited for like $65 a month.
Yep. And now that we just talked up how great this plan and this
It doesn't work here.
It doesn't work.
I mean, with the WeBoost,
Yeah.
that helps. We'll put a link in the description for the WeBoost. There's a lot of different kinds, but it basically amplifies your cell signal. You put it up high. We mount it to the ladder. So we got like we went from 1 bar to 2, but like we couldn't use the phone to communicate getting into the site,
Right.
which sucked.
Right.
Yeah.
But we do have, from our last year's travels, we have an AT&T hotspot that gives us 100 gigs per month.
Well, we cancel it when we're not using it.
Exactly, because you know AT&T, they're very proud of their products and services, so that's why they keep the price like up here with everything.
I don't mind paying $100 for 100 gigs, but it wouldn't be enough for us in a month. Like, we're at the end of our 2nd week, and the campground has some Wi-Fi, which if you get the signal, it's really fast.
Yeah.
So that's good. But like when we're working and stuff, we've already used like 74 gigs
In 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks, and we weren't doing a particularly heavy Netflixing. You know, we watched obviously a lot of news last night with the tragic loss of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Damn it.
Sad.
Other things about the internet, you just mentioned that the campground does have Wi-Fi. It is decent. I can tell you that they've been telling us that they are working on expanding that Wi-Fi network. As a matter of fact, I think the first weekend we were here, they were actually mounting the repeaters on ladders and moving the ladders around so they can make sure that it was a great signal where
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
So once they have that in, then it'll be perfect.
Oh yeah, outside, like it's fine. Like we watch Netflix sitting outside with the TV, perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, not many gay campgrounds have decent internet. This is among the faster we've seen. I know there's some that are getting ready to install fiber around the country. I don't know what they're using, but it's fast. And
it works.
Yeah, and it works. So if you have only Verizon, not very good. If you can get AT&T, very good, but there's data caps, and their Wi-Fi is good as long as you have a signal. So,
and getting better.
And getting better. So I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. A 7.
You're gonna agree with me?
Yes. Mark your calendar.
I know, right?
I think it would be a 9 if once they get that Wi-Fi installed, up and running, and it's gonna be effective. But yeah, I'm gonna go with a 7. So we're 7 together on that.
Okay, 5, 9, 10, 7.
Yep.
And 7 was for the internet. So overall impressions, I know we kind of already spoiled it, right? But
a fantastic park.
Yeah. Bottom line,
we would absolutely come here again. I think with the roads as being a little nerve-wracking.
That's a drawback. I'm just obsessive about the roads that we take and making sure there's clearance and whatnot.
Again, thank you.
You're welcome. And there's a road that is like a 20-mile shortcut, and it's only a 6-mile road. It avoids you having to go all the way south to a town called Cynthiana and then all the way back north, because we're going up to Freedom Valley tomorrow. And so we tried that out today in the truck. It was like 30 seconds down the road. I looked at him and I was like, nope, we're gonna take the long way. So that is a downside, but it's far outweighed by its pluses. This place is one of my top 3 favorite gay campgrounds I've ever gone to. We like it that much. It's that great here.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you very much for listening to our video. It's a bit longer, but we stayed here longer, and it's a really good review. So hopefully you watched this long. Please like the video. It really means a lot to us. We're trying to build our subscriber base. Hit the subscribe button, even hit the little bell to get an alert whenever we post a new review or new RVing video.
Yeah.
We'd really greatly appreciate that. Like, subscribe, and bell.
And bell.
And bell. Full-time gays. I'm ready. Are you?
I'm ready.
All right. We are
in it together.
In it together.